Alright, so today's video we are watching a Plat 5 tank on PlayStation playing Diva and Ramattra. Say hello. I'm mostly a tank player because my aim is atrocious, so it feels more forgiving to play tank. When playing maps like Rio or Precio, I mostly play Diva, my main tank, on attack, but I never play her on defense, mostly playing Ramattra. I think that's fine for this map. I find myself, this is one of the few maps where I find myself actually playing different tanks on attack and defense, because the way that first point plays is a little bit different, and then the way that second point snowballs can be a little bit more difficult too, so I get that. I always seem to struggle on defense compared to attack, maybe because of the time I have on Diva, or I'm not playing defense correctly. This happened again here, where we did well on the attack and struggled on the defense, especially second point. Was wondering if you have any help and things I can do to compensate for the bad aim. Sure, I got you. Let's see what happens. Taking the high ground. Nice job. Be careful of tunneling to the right. I've had a few times where I do that same play and I get rolled from my left there. So just like when you go up there, like just DM like for a 10th of a second to your left and you'll pretty much prevent anything. You were fine though, but yeah. I'm staying alive for now. Play to live. Right idea. Yeah. That was the correct play by you. Now you can start getting aggressive. Turret's dead. Good backline pressure. Going for the Ash. Everything's fine so far. Only thing I saw, only one thing I would say to you during that whole team fight was, remember when you started blasting with like your Diva rockets? Be careful of that. Especially when the Diva remax in front of your face, you're essentially wasting your rockets. Like, remember, like it was a little bit like probably about 30 seconds prior, like the Diva remaxed and your first reaction was to start slamming rockets, which means they're gonna get eaten the whole time. It's also why I don't like taking heavy rockets when I know that they at least play Diva, because you can basically, your rockets just get like destroyed most of the time. So good idea going for the back line. Nice job. Good reaction there. Rather than just like flying at the Diva, you can ult over the top here, by the way. If you want to, this is a good ult spot to do it. You've lost your window, though. I think that they've all kind of repositioned a little bit. Good job going for the Torb. Watch out. That should get someone. Nice job. Good ult. Great location. Great. No issues at all. Okay, I want to point something out, okay? You said your aim is atrocious. This is the second time I've had, I think this week I've seen that. I don't think the aim is that bad. Like, listen, do you miss a couple shots here and there? Yeah, but like, your aim has been fine. See, when I think you're saying your aim's atrocious, like, I'm thinking like, it looks like your mouse, like you're dropping your controller like every half of a second. Also, your Lucio just got annihilated by that remake. I would pause that and show you how far that Lucio went flying, but the replay viewer is still broken and I have to restart the whole video. I don't want to do that. Oh, that Lucio went flying. They went to Horizon Lunar Colony. Yep, right idea, falling back to help your Cassidy with the high noon. Good job. Like I said, from the Diva play, I haven't seen anything too, like, rough. Your aim's fine, by the way. Like, listen, your aim is not atrocious. I guess I think I just watched a video recently where we had was it the Ana or something who said they were like trash can or something, and like I was like, nah, no. Your aim is fine. Like I said, when I say it's fine, listen, obviously if you're watching somebody playing top 500 or something, the aim's going to feel a little bit different at that point, right? But like, this is solid for Plat on console. Am I wrong? if I'm playing versus a Zarya, do I take heavy rockets instead of the eat perk? I do, if I don't expect them to swap. So if they're like if they're a counter swap Carl, or like I know they're not going to swap off of Zarya or like Zarya at all, I like the idea of that. Nice remake, nice ult too. If I feel like they're going to swap off of that, I go the shield one because I think it's a better overall perk. The shield one, that is. Galactico, thanks for the prime sub. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. Great Diva ult so far. There you go. So, just to kind of point out here while we're letting you, while your baby Diva here. Third point is where I also have seen a little bit of struggle on Diva. And the reason being is I want you to think of, like, third point of this map. I want you to think of this map like King's Row, third point. Or like Dorado, third point. Very similar in how it's played. Diva can struggle on both of those, too. So if you find that you're having a rough time on this point, I think that's totally normal on this map. Can you make it work? Yes. But if you're finding that sometimes you struggle on third point, that's why. It's just a map that, like, is a little bit harder for Diva to get that value you would get on different points. Crash and Lore, thanks for 25 months to tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Nice play. Okay, you're taking the high ground. So far, I mean, like I said, your Diva play's been fine. Okay, now you're stuck in the mud. Alright, let's pause. Okay, here's what you're gonna do. Ready? Because this is what I would do. I see a Moira fighting my teammate. I'm gonna go for the Moira. Why am I gonna go for the Moira? It's to get the Moira off of my Ana, and it's to force the cooldown out on the Moira to fade away. That's the idea here. It's not about getting the kill. It's about making sure I can protect my Ana. The only way I can protect my Ana here, outside of eating the orb, is by doing a bunch of burst damage to the Moira. So what your reaction would be, especially where they're at right now, is to ignore the Ramattra initially, fly down here, pressure the Moira, force the Moira back, and then now this is an advantageous spot for you and your team. Especially with the Ana who's been giving you the nanos, right? Let's keep your Ana alive. That's what I would do in this situation. Let's find out. Perfect. You went for the Moira faded away. That's exactly what you do. They just use cleanse. Now you have opportunity. So what I want you to do is I want you to go backline for a second. So let me talk about this very quickly. Because the Ramattra's right up here, you're thinking, okay, I need to clear the cart, right? That's what you're thinking. But that's what the Ramattra wants. Okay, I don't know if that's what they want you to do, but that's what I would, if I was on Ramattra, this is what I want you to do. I want you to target me. What you need to do now is you need to fly into your backline. Actually, apparently your Cassidy's ahead of the, I don't know what your Cassidy's doing. There's a lot going on here, but your Cassidy is way ahead of you on this one. But the idea is that you're going to flank behind them, you're going to take away the map control, you're going to pressure the backline. What that's going to do is that's going to force the Ramattra to have a decision. The Ramattra decision is going to push into your team and try to get a kill, or to fall back and try to peel. Either way, the Ramattra is now the one stuck in the mud with a disadvantageous position. What you need to do is not play into that, right? You're up here. You have good map control. You have a flight control coming in. So what you're going to do is you're going to go around this way, and you're going to help your Cassidy, and you're also going to kill the people behind here. At that point, you now surround the Ramattra. What can the Ramattra do? Well, the only other person from the team that can help the Ramattra is going to be the Moira that was killed earlier, but the problem is the Moira won't be able to do anything to help, and therefore you now take the point with relative ease. That is how you would probably approach that and how you would win that. The only play that wouldn't be the ideal play here is to go right into the Ramattra, because if you go into the Ramattra could then go into defense mode once Nemesis form is back up. We don't know what the cooldown's at. 4 seconds is going to go into defense mode, and then you basically are back to square one. All right? Out of curiosity, how is this type of information? Cassidy gets a kill. You go into the back line. Boom. Ramattra's out of position. Excellent decision by you all there. See? Great job. It went exactly how you would hope it did. Now they're all staggering to point. All the plays they want to do aren't as good. There's the Moira I talked about, already back on point sleeping. Moira's out of the team fight, kill the Ramattra. Boom, easy. Your aim's fine, by the way. Good job. And you got the point. Nice play. See? Ramattra's fine here. Listen, if you want to play If you want to play Diva on defense, it's totally fine here. Okay? But I also understand going Ramattra. Even I'll go Ramattra or Sigma on this part of the point. It just feels like better for me, like, for playing the angles. It almost feels like this part of the map is like mini Circuit Royale. You know what I mean? You know how on Circuit Royale you have, like, these, like, sight lines that are very advantageous? The reason why I end up going Sigma a lot on this map is because these sight lines here are very good for that. This reminds me, you know the turn on third point Circuit Royale? That's what it reminds me of. See? You know, like on third point Circuit Royale where you turn the corner and, like, it's very advantageous for Sigma? I like having Sigma here. The problem is once they get this part of the map control, and then they get this part especially, that's where it gets scuffed, and you basically get cornered to here, but it works, right? That's also why Diva can work, is because when they're making these plays and they get here, this is where Diva opens up. So let me kind of show this to you, right? This part of the map is not good for Diva, right? This half of the map is not good for Diva. It's hard to find plays, there's a lot of cover, you can get yourself rolled. But once the game opens up to this part of the map, this is where Diva becomes like really good, right? Because you can start to like go for flank plays here. You can catch people off guard. It's just about being more aggressive, right? I always say, just because you're on defense does not mean you need to not play like you would on attack, right? If you're on defense, or if you're on attack, you can do the same thing. You're looking for people like isolated. Same thing can be done on defense. So it's not impossible to play Diva here. It's just understanding that you're not going to be super strong trying to deal with this part of the map. But it's okay to give up that part of the map to take advantage of this part of the map. See what I'm saying? I don't know what I just saw, but I just watched a Sigma just like slowly run it down mid to the point. That was great. Go Ramattra. Nice kill, good job. Oh, okay. You're good. Good aggression, good nano. Everything so far is fine. This is on PlayStation 5, or I guess it could be 4 too. PlayStation. Yeah, like I said, it's been fine. I've had no like issues with how they've been playing so far. Oh, you went the... I love this. The shotgun perk where you get like the extra shot is really nice to have. It's definitely made Ramattra play a lot better, like in those when you don't have Nemesis form. I like it a lot. Yep. I like that one. Good sleep. You know that fade was used. Free kills. Yeah, you're doing fine. I mean, I once again, I don't know where you're talking about your aim being like atrocious. I don't see it. I don't see it. Unless I'm missing something like extravagant here, I just do not see your aim being atrocious. You know? Anyway. Continue on. You can... I would disengage temporarily rather than go in. Yep. And then 3, 2... You don't even have to ult, but the ult makes sense just because you don't know what's going on there. A little bit of an over ult by your team, but you win the team fight, that's what matters. It's ult economy in ranked games are a little bit different than ult economy in a professional match, right? So advantageous to take high ground all the time or play under the bridge. Honestly, I can give you a playstyle preference. At a certain point, I give up that bridge for a while. It depends on like how much map control they're going. So like if they're not getting any map control, I have no problem staying there. It's not about whether it's a good or bad play to go to the bridge consistently. It's about knowing when to back off the bridge. And I think that's the problem that people run into is like you can go to the bridge every single time, right? It's going to be about how you want to play. You can, if you like this angle, etc. The only thing that I would say to that is that knowing when to back up. So is it advantageous to start on the high ground? Yeah. But like if you don't back up and you just get rolled here, then you're losing all that value. So just be ready to know when to back out is basically the advice I give there. And that usually is when they start to take this part of the map right here, you're going to get angled on, and your teammates will take too much chip damage to be able to help you unless they're all stacked up here, which they probably won't be this late into a round. So, you know, if you want to go there, go for damage, you know, maybe get a kill, go for it. But just be ready to back up. Don't overextend. I mean, even here, the Ramattra played a little bit too aggro. And like, it's been working for a little bit, but then you also need to, like, know when to back out. Good kill there. Nice job. Nemesis form, Nemesis form, Nemesis form, Nemesis form. No reason not to Nemesis form that, because it's going to give you heal. You're going to heal up. You're not going to heal, but you're going to get armor and survivability, so you can damage reduction. So, why not Nemesis form that? Just to give you a chance. More than likely, you still lose that team fight regardless, because you lost so many quickly, but why not at least give it an extra opportunity and see what happens? Maybe you clutch it out in some crazy play. Nice kill. Dude, a bash and hitbox against the Ramattra, like, shotgun perk is ridiculous. I noticed you went with the other Vortex. See, I personally like the heal Vortex. Because you can be more aggro. You can drop it on the ground like a healing station and get way more done. Especially when you go in the Nemesis form in block mode, you can basically self-sustain really easily. Not bad. Do not ult this. Just die in cart. You're down 3. Die in cart. You're down 3. Okay, you got out. Yeah. At this point, if you get out, you get out. I'm not gonna fault you. You're fine. I thought they were gonna kill you. It was a 2v5, but you can ult this. Yeah. Good ult. You went the safe route. It's fine. Put your shield down. Remember, you can Nemesis form this. There you go. Now just go into block mode for a second. Your Moria has point. Now you go back in. Block mode. Just block. Yep. Okay. Made the classic mistake that even I do sometimes in Ramattra. It's where you think you can do something. There's a reason why when you watch pro play, they go into defensive mode sometimes. You don't have the ability at a certain point to be able to get the kills here, but you can be a good distraction. So at that point, just hold right-click. Hold right-click. If your teammates keep you alive, great. If they don't, I'm telling you, you wouldn't have gotten the kill regardless. And if you did, you still would have gotten rolled. So just hold block. Sit there. Don't move. Your Moria has ult. If you get healed up to a certain point, you can go for it, but you're going to fall over if you don't. You just got to learn to go into defensive mode at that point. You can play corner right now if you want to. All right. See, you're on cart, going for some shots. Sit on cart. You can play defensive here. You don't have to overextend. Just put your shield down once you get it. I know you had your shield down because you do what every Ramattra does, including myself, where you stare at the floor. Been there, done that. And just stretch my legs. Stretch my legs. Oh, it's always good to get a nice stretch in, you know? All right, here we go. I'm relaxing. Take high ground, by the way. I should have mentioned that a while ago. You should already be up in the high ground. Like, there was no reason to just stand there AFK on the cart the whole time because, like, you're not really getting any value. Like, now you go for a flank, but, like, you could have been doing this flank way sooner. Way sooner than you were before. Like, you actually just did nothing for the past 30 seconds. Like, they probably thought you were lagged out and spawned. But you have your ult here now, so play defensive with it. Use your block key. Hold block. Just hold block. Hold block. Hold block. Hold block. There you go. Now unhold block. Perfect. Good nano by your Ana to save you. That should let you clutch this team fight and just win. You see what happens when you hold block there, though? That right there is why I wanted you to hold block more. That right there is why I wanted you to hold block more, because it felt like, just like, give your teammates opportunity to keep you alive. Rather than try to force kills with your ultimate. I've learned that a lot in Ramattra, where I try to do too much, and I'm like, damn, I tried to do way too much right there. But yeah, that was fine. That was good. Good job for the most part. I mean, you know, first of all, your aim is not atrocious. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Your aim is not atrocious. So I know you thought it was, but your aim is not. I think a lot for you is just understanding timings, when to kind of rotate around. And that's really all it is for you. I think your hero selection was fine. I think on Diva, you had some really good like backline plays. You made a lot of the correct decisions on when to go backline, when not to fight the tank. I thought that was pretty good. I think for me, like just watching like your play, I thought it was pretty solid outside of like standing still AFK in the card. So I think what we need you to work on, and I think this will help a lot, is I need you to start thinking about what to do post-fight. I think that's been your biggest weakness so far, is that when a fight is over, your default strategy is just to stand there and do nothing. So I want you to start thinking about map control. So like when you win a team fight or you lose a team fight, I want you to think about, okay, where am I going to go and what am I going to do? So an example is you win a team fight. Do you stand on the card for 20 seconds doing nothing? No, I want you to go somewhere on the map, whether it's high ground, whether it's taking space control, whether it's setting up to spam them out, right? Spam them early so they have to use a cooldown, so they don't just stack them up and then use them all in front of you. Things like that, I think, will improve your gameplay a lot, and you'll start to see even more of a steady climb. Because you had a lot of good stuff here. So let's start with something like simple as that. Just start after a team fight's over, set up for the next fight, create those opportunities, and I think you're going to have an even better time. So start with that. You got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe to all my YouTubes if you haven't. Leave a comment. All of it helps. You want to submit your own spectating? My Discord, description below. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam. Also stream on YouTube, so stop by if you haven't. We have a lot of fun here. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.